Hey everyone, it's Sarah at Repeat Crafter Me, and we are going to be working on square number 2 of our Under the Sea Crochet-Along. We have a pretty purple seahorse, and each of our sea creatures are going to be stitched right onto what I'm calling the water bubble squares. You can actually make all of the squares for your entire blanket all at once. These are going to be the backgrounds of each of our creatures, little sea creatures here. If you've been following along, we already have our first one done, and this is our starfish, and I am making 2 appliques so they can be stitched on either side of our water bubble square, so the blanket will be reversible when we connect all of our squares at the end of the year. All right, so we are going to get started on making our seahorse applique here. I will leave the link to the water bubble and the starfish pattern below. Grab your Red Heart Super Saver yarn. This is dark orchid, and this lighter purple is color orchid. You don't need a lot of yarn for these appliques, so use what you have on hand, or go ahead and do a little shopping on yarnspirations.com and grab the same colors I'm using. So take your size H crochet hook. We're going to start with the orchid, the lighter purple yarn, and the applique begins with the head portion. It kind of actually works all in one piece, so it's not too complicated, but let me walk you through this. So I'm doing a magic ring, I'm chaining 1, and I'm making 10 single crochets in the ring. 4, 7, 8, 9, and 10. I'm going to pull tight. We're going to join to that first single crochet. We're going to chain 1, and we're going to make 2 single crochets in each stitch around. 18, 19, and you should have 20 single crochets in that round. Round 3, so we're going to join, we're going to chain 1. So for round 3, we're going to make 2 single crochets in that first stitch and a single crochet in the next 3 stitches. So 2 single crochets all in one stitch, a single crochet in the next 3. One, 2, and then 1, 2, 3. Okay, we're going to go ahead and join to that first single crochet. All right, so for round 4, we're going to make the little nose here. So we're going to chain 1. We're going to single crochet in the first 5 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we're going to chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going to make a double crochet in the 4th chain from hook. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's make a double crochet, and then we're going to do a half double crochet in the next stitch and a single crochet in that last chain there. We're going to go ahead and slip stitch right back to the same spot we were just working in. Okay, spread that out if you need to. And you have your cute little nose here. We're going to go around one more time, so it's not quite done yet, but let's finish up round 4. Okay, so now we are going to go ahead and just single crochet in the remaining stitches. 2, 3, Should only be 20 stitches left. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and join. Now we're going to kind of attach the body here. So we're going to chain 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 13, 14, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. I know it's a long chain there. Okay, in the second chain from hook, we are going to make a single crochet and then go ahead and single crochet in the next 15 chains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15. All right. We're going to go ahead and half double crochet in the next 2. Double crochet in the next 2. Triple crochet in the next 3. That's 1, 2, 3. You can see the little tummies forming there. We're going to double crochet in the next 2 chains. Half double crochet in the next 2. And single crochet, if I can get there, in the remaining stitches. Stitch count doesn't really matter that much, to be honest. Okay. Where are we here? We're just going to go ahead and join, kind of back up to the neck there. And then we're going to slip stitch in the first 4 stitches and then around the nose. Okay, and then we're going to continue slip stitch a little bit after, and then we're going to do single crochets. So I'm just going to go ahead and start slip stitching. 3, 4. Now let's just go ahead and make those slip stitches right around the nose, working kind of on the edge there. Okay, so I'm just slip stitching around other side of the nose and then back down. And then slip stitch about 4 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now let's go ahead and single crochet in the remaining stitches around the head till we get back down to that body. I don't know, there's kind of, I always like to do one more. It's kind of our little joining right there. I'm just going to go ahead and make a single crochet again. The stitch count really doesn't matter there. Okay, we're not even going to fasten off. We're going to keep going. We're going to work down the back side of the body. So just go ahead and single crochet in that first spot there. Just kind of working all the way down. You can see where your stitches are, and that's kind of where I'm working into. We're going to half double crochet in the next 10. 10. Okay. We're gonna go ahead and single crochet in the next 4. And now, to get the tail to curve like that, we're gonna make 2 single crochets in each of the stitches until we get to the bottom tip of that tail. Okay, so I can get my hook in here. 1, 2 stitches all in 1 stitch, and then just continue that down. All the way. Oh, we're getting there. A lot of little stitches. But you can see it starts to curve like that. Again, stitch count really doesn't matter. Okay, got to the top of the tail there. Now, we kind of have this curving, but we want to make sure it still keeps bending. So now we're going to do a slip stitch decrease. We're going to go ahead and do that over the next kind of 4 stitches here. So I'm reaching my hook, working on the other side of the tail. So I'm going to do like I'm doing a slip stitch. Oop. Stopping right there, going into that next stitch, and then slip stitching those 2 stitches together for the decrease. So you're basically inserting in 2 stitches and making that slip stitch. About 4 times. Let's see how that looks. Let's lay it down so you guys can get a good view. See how that curls in so nicely? Okay. That's about 4 times. You could do it one more time. I think I'm going to do it one more time. We need one more little decrease. So do it 5 times. Again, there's not really a specific stitch count here, so if you wanted to even curl it more, you could do one more little slip stitch decrease there if you would like, or just keep going. So I'm going to go ahead and single crochet in the next 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then I'm going to go ahead and half double crochet in the next 2. I'm going to do 2 double crochets in the next 4 stitches. Now his tummy's really bulging out. Looks so cute. Okay, half double crochet in the next 3. And then we're just going to go ahead and single crochet in the remaining stitches. So like I said, stitch count didn't really matter. And then I'm just going to slip stitch just back up to the neck. Okay. How cute is this? You can already see it's formed its shape. Looks so cute. Go ahead and fasten off. I like to leave a long tail because I want to make sure I have enough yarn tail there to sew this onto the bubble block at the end. Okay, we got a lot of loose ends going on here. Now we're going to be adding in the dark orchid yarn to make, what do you call these? The little spikes on the back of the seahorse, and then the little tummy part and our little fin. So go ahead and grab that dark orchid yarn. You're going to join in about 5 stitches up from the nose. So this is where your first, so you had these slip stitches. So I'm going right where that first single crochet is. Just go ahead and join that yarn in. We're going to chain 4. We're going to single crochet in that 3rd chain from hook and in that last chain, and we're going to slip stitch right back down to that same stitch. Okay, and that makes your first spike. Now single crochet in the next 2, and then chain 4 again. So same thing, we're going to single crochet in that 3rd chain from hook, single crochet in the last chain, and slip stitch right to that same stitch. Okay. Grab some of my yarn here. Okay, so it should start to look like this. You can kind of, if they want to curl, you can set them straight. Single crochet in the next 2, chain 4, same thing, single crochet, slip stitch in that same spot, single crochet in the next 2. And we're going to repeat this until we have, how many did I make? 9 of these little spiky things. But I want to show you something, and it's kind of up to you. However yours is turning out, or however you like the look of this. I like to space the last 2 little spikes out a little more, so I'll show you when we get there. 2, 3, 4. We're almost there. All right, how many do we have so far here? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, so I have 2 more to go, and I've been putting 2 single crochets in between those 2. I think I'm going to do 3. So 1, 2, 3, and then do my chain 4. So you can space them out. You can space them out however you would like. Up to you. You can make more or less. Okay, and then 1, 2, 3, kind of down the back. And then this is going to be my last spike. Of course, you could continue, but I like the way this looks. All right, 1, 2. I'm going to slip stitch to join, and I'm going to fasten off the yarn. All right, now let's attach the dark orchid yarn to the tummy. I'm going to join it kind of right into where that first half double crochet was below the belly, and join that in, chain, what's going on here, chain 1, and then I'm going to go ahead and single crochet in 4 stitches, half double crochet in 6, 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then single crochet in those remaining stitches and fasten off. Okay. All right, let's make the fin. So with the dark orchid color, I'm going to go ahead and do our magic ring. Inside this ring, we're going to go ahead and chain 1. We're going to make a single crochet, 2 double crochets, and then I'm going to go ahead and single crochet and then slip stitch, and then make a repeat what I just did, single crochet, 2 double crochets, and then a single crochet, 1 more single crochet, and then we're going to pull tight and join. And I actually love this because it kind of makes a cute little heart. Hold on, let's fasten off so you guys can see. There we go, stretch it out. And you have your little fin. It's kind of like a heart. And then you'll just stitch it on here. Now let's make the eye. Grab some black yarn. Just have my little mini ball there of the Red Heart Super Saver in black. You can size down a hook size, although I don't have that with me, so I'm just going to use my H hook again. If you want your eye a little bit smaller, I'm just doing that magic ring, and you make chain 1 and make 6 single crochets in the ring. Pull tight. I'm going to join. If I can get my hook in there. Okay, just to make that little eyeball. I'm trying not to use those safety eyes for this project. So this is going to be all crocheted eyes and mouths and noses and whatnot. Okay, so we have this here. You might want to weave in this little tail. And then you're going to grab a strand of white yarn. And it actually helps if you have like embroidery floss or thread, that would work too. I actually had a little strand of, this is Karen yarn, so it's a little thinner, but you could use your Red Heart Super Saver or your worsted weight yarn. And you just need a strand of it, and we're gonna make a little eyeball, and then, I don't know, what do you call this? The little glisten, the little twinkle of the eye. So just come in from behind, and then we're just gonna wrap this yarn around a few times to make that eyeball. Try and work in that kind of like the same spot. Well, that didn't make much of a dent in anything, did it? All right, let's keep going. So you might have to do it a couple times to kind of get that eyeball going. Come on. It's kind of a big tapestry needle for this. All right, so you get the idea. You could keep going. Kind of separate those a little bit. So you're gonna have your little eyeball, and then just right on the other side, across from it, you're just gonna make like 1 or 2 little, work from behind. Just make 1 or 2. Let's see how this looks. I think 1 looks good for the little eye glisten there. I don't know, I'm not like super happy with my little eyeball here. That's the nice part about this is you can just keep going. If you don't like it, just keep going here. All right, let's do 1 more time. See how this looks. What do you think? 1 more? Well, you guys can play with it. See? All right. This is good. Yeah, I like that. All right. I'm just gonna, it's okay if the back's messy. Just tie this. You're going to want to knot it a few times or weave in your ends, but okay, you guys get the idea here. I'm just going to fasten off just so we can see it. There we go. Okay, get that yarn out of the way. Where's my little eyeball? All right, so you have your strand. We're just you're gonna stitch that right on. Okay, how cute. You're gonna stitch this on, and then I'm not gonna do the whole thing. This one has a lot of loose ends right now. This one I already stitched on the eye. And you're gonna stitch it onto here. Now, my suggestion, and again, I'm not gonna go through the whole thing, is if you want to have them back to back, you're really gonna wanna work into kind of in between your stitches so it doesn't show through on the other side. I mean, some of it, if you're stitching them on back to back, it'll cover up, but oh man, what is going on here? I just got way too many loose ends. Woo! All right, here we go. So here's what I mean. So you're gonna work down here, and then when you're coming down to these stitches, kind of put your needle through those double crochets. All right, so on the other side, it's not poking through. Okay. And, you know, back up here. You know, take your time, make it look nice, and you can position this any way you want. I kind of like it when it's a little bit centered but off center. You know what I mean? Like maybe doing this, and maybe the one on the other side goes this way. Yeah, so just finish stitching this on. You can stitch one to the other side or not, up to you. And I can't wait to see what your seahorse squares look like. Pattern, again, is going to be on repeatcrafterme.com with some photo tutorials. Hope you enjoyed this video. And please tag me on social media if you are making all these sea creature squares. I'd love to see them. Stay tuned for more. And thank you for joining me on this 2024 crochet along.